Something that has been controversial ever since is that many, if not all of these women may have actually been tied to their beds and unable to escape the fire. So you can imagine them slowly being 441. The bullet, of course, penetrated the ceiling, went through the next room, but fortunately, and by the grace of God, no one was killed. Now, if you or I had done such a thing, we would have been immediately banished from the Grove Park Inn. We're taking a left on Merriman Avenue, going into the Grove Park Inn area the back way. Grove Park Inn is famously haunted. In fact, it's the cover story of my book, Haunted Asheville. Haunted Asheville. Billy Graham, a safe haven for those who might want to disguise their sinister, nefarious deeds. Now, we will try to squeeze through this area. They have some roadblocks here. And that's one thing to keep in mind. I assume most of you are from the Asheville area. You should always remember that Asheville is an active town. And roadways change with construction, and so we have to be flexible with the routes that we've taken, as you're seeing tonight. And of course, now we're taking a sharp left so that we can end up going down Church Street. This is Pritchard Park, this triangular park. This is where the Battle of Asheville rally took place. What I find ironic is that through the years I've heard stories about a possible imprint there, both gunshots and again these drum beats I was referring to going down Merriman Avenue. So we don't know, but we can imagine that as these guys were rallying in front of Asheville, they removed many of the bodies and many of the headstones, but some of the bodies are still there on either side of the street. And this church on your right, the Methodist church, is one of the most haunted, because on this stretch between here and the Episcopal church that's going to be ahead, a nun is seen walking up and down this right side of the street, especially starting from this big oak and making her way up and down through here. The legend goes that the minister of the Methodist church was having an affair with a nun from the Episcopal church up here on the left, where we're about to take a left, and she became pregnant. So after that, he killed her and buried her in one of the graves that was already here on Church Street. A pretty clever thing to do. He may have gotten away with the murder. However, on numerous occasions, the apparition of the nun is seen. In fact, I talked to a guy from Tennessee who had taken the tour, came here late with his son who was 4 years old and was walking the street. He looked over and saw the nun. He actually thought it was a person dressed up in a costume because she looked so tangible, so solid. There was no reason for him to believe that he was looking at a ghost until he encountered her face to face, and once again, no eyeball, black, empty sockets. This is a pattern we find when it comes to apparitions. And in cases in which everything normal, and the eyes are gone. When they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, don't they? So maybe they truly are. And if the soul is gone, the eyes are gone with it. Straight ahead of us, we have Marley's Supper and the Pizzeria. We're taking a left here. This area is the site of Asheville's largest mass murder killing spree. It occurred November 13th of 1906. A man escaped from his chain gang named Will Harrison in Asheville looking for his girlfriend. His girlfriend. She did not call her his boyfriend. This whole stretch we passed is an area where he hit the reserve. He got 3 purchases that day. He bought a new suit, a bottle of whiskey, and a rifle, and went up and down the street screaming he was from hell and shooting at anything that moved. That's Thomas Wolf's house, and if you can look up to the right, you'll see the Jackson building with gargoyles hanging off of it. This is where most of the suicides occurred, or many of the suicides occurred, on the part of bankers and lawyers during the stock market crash of 1929. Asheville was hit harder than any other city per capita during the stock market crash. There were so many suicides here because of that, and a lot of people have wondered if we have a lot of architecturally important buildings here now because they wanted to tear